Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is RemovableSanity and today I'm reviewing AntStream Arcade. It is a streaming service which can be accessed on multiple platforms. So what is AntStream Arcade? AntStream Arcade is a streaming service for retro games which allows you to play retro games on the go regardless of your platform. For transparency's sake, I can confirm that I received 3 months ad-free membership in a bid to do a review. How I did that review though, they left completely up to me and there was no involvement or pressure externally. The service boasts free-to-play access to over 1,000 retro games, which has achievements, tournaments, challenges and leaderboards to also keep you entertained. From the get-go, the service is free. That's right, free, no gimmicks. To achieve this, the site does have paid ads on there to ensure the site is able to be maintained and regular content to be added. Now there is a paid option if you so choose, which then removes those ads if you're fed up with seeing them. The idea being is that this is going to become a viable streaming service like Netflix. Personally, I would put this down to be more like Xbox GamesPass Ultimate, but for retro games. To start, you simply create an account and download the latest software, be it for your desktop or app for mobile device, and you're good to go. With this account, you can play across multiple devices from gaming consoles to smart TVs, phones and tablets. Once you log in, you are then greeted by quite a simple but effective layout which showcases off some of the elements you can mess about with and enjoy. The main page has been designed to show off the games which have been added and the tournament challenges for the week. Below there are a number of game selections based on a particular genre like FPS, platform or fighting. The next tab over is your search engine, which I would personally use to really see how many games are available for your pleasure. Here you can choose to filter by platform, game title or genre. Looking at the plethora of games on show, you can tell the developers are hardcore retro fans, as they just don't include one game from one particular platform. You see, some games came out on multiple platforms, and back then this could mean drastically different games depending on which one it was on. The Mega Drive version of a game would be very different from the Spectrum, but regardless you have access to them all. This in itself speaks volumes of the developer's commitment to ensuring you as the consumer get the very best service, as well as ensuring the historical nature of each game is kept alive. Next is your profile, which shows off your social standing, challenges you've completed and your favourite games. This is great as it means you don't have to research for the game you enjoyed the most. The next tab is your achievements list, which is currently small but is something that will be increased upon as the service evolves. Here, instead of individual game achievements, which would be horrendous to provide, being that these games never had any, it's based on the amount of different games you play, particular challenges and how often. Either way, who doesn't like achievements? Next to that is the inbox for communication with friends, devs and updates on the service provided. After that is the Tournaments tab, where you can join tournaments against fellow users in a bid to win the on-site currency, which then allows you to use said currency to join more impressive tournaments. For me, this is a bit of a miss element, as I'd rather use said currency into something more personal like a background, better avatar, or towards a reduction on the monthly subscription. And finally, the last tab is for your settings, which is pretty self-explanatory. So let's get into the gameplay of the service. Testing a variety of games, I can say without a doubt the system is smooth depending on your bandwidth. The games themselves really run well regardless of peripheral, be it a controller, touchscreen or keyboard. That's right, the system allows you to choose whichever is good for you and gives you a handy explanation of what it does. You cannot, however, rebind keys, which may or may not be an issue depending on how you prefer to play. Now, I can't tell if these games are using a particular emulator, a variety of them, or simply streaming the game from a hub somewhere, but regardless, I had no issues at playing any of the games I chose to jump into. Each game also provides you with a save option to ensure you don't lose progression in case of an outage, or you just simply lose connection. This is just another well thought out option that allows you to jump back in where you left off at any time, and I for one am personally thankful for this, as some of those retro games were a sod complete with limited lives. In terms of sheer numbers, the content available is fantastic, with a huge selection of beloved, forgotten, and even ones I had no idea existed. The list of games is huge, and the developers have stated they intend to keep increasing their numbers, which is superb. There is a saying that it only takes one game to get you fully on board to a platform, and this was most certainly true for me. Zero Tolerance was my end-all and be-all of a game, and to be able to play this on the go anywhere is a sheer delight that makes this service, for me at least, invaluable. And with titles I've never even heard before, it generally is keeping me entertained beyond those games that I already know and love. So what about the graphics? Again, this could be down to the emulator, but every game looks crisp in its retro goodness, with a stable frame rate, depending on your bandwidth, smooth and enjoyable. Regardless of the game, they all seem to be really well optimised and ready to show off their beauty they once held. Another superb aspect is the game's artwork for each game, that really shows off how games were marketed back in the day. If you're a fan of old school cover artwork, you can enjoy them all in their glory. The service also provides the date it was released, the genre, and even a short blurb telling you about the game you're going to play. This isn't needed, but again showcases off that the developers are going way beyond what is needed to preserve the history of these games. And now to the sound. Again, similar to the graphics, the sound is crisp and works superbly. And whilst I personally cannot hear any enhancements, I would still recommend in using a good gaming headset to really enjoy and bask in those gaming sounds of old. Similar to the graphics, I heard no lag between what was being played and what was coming out of the headset. And this leads me on to the rating of the service. Now, I rate services in order of avoid, on sale, great purchase and must own. My rating for AntStream Arcade is must own. The service is a godsend to those like myself who have an affinity for retro gaming and who were originally looking to gain a separate device to play said retro titles. Not only do we have to not worry about getting a device and the hassle of setting it up, we can now enjoy these free and beloved games anywhere at any time, regardless of platform. The service is free, and depending on the games you choose and your skill and patience, would give you hundreds of hours of entertainment. If you would like to upgrade to the premium ad-free membership, it costs £9.99 a month, or £7.99 a month if you pay upfront for a full year. For those that care about game preservation, this is great. For those that want to play retro games anywhere, this is great. For those that just want to play retro games for nothing, this is great. In all honesty, I can't find a downside to this service. If you want to bring back some old school memories or start enjoying retro gaming, jump on this. It won't cost you anything, so what have you got to lose? Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. I do hope you like this review, and if you do, please like, share and subscribe if you so wish. And if you would like to put some notes or even just a comment in the comment section, I do like reading them. Anyway, have a great time gaming, and I'll see you all again soon.